Welcome everybody to Monday, June 12th, special meeting at 12 p.m. Call to order, declaration of a quorum, 6 members present, 1 absent. Ms. McAdams did send me a little note. Ms. McAdams could not attend due to a prior commitment that could not be changed. She's sorry to miss, and thanks everybody for being here. That will bring us to item C, hearing of citizens. Ms. Horn. Okay. We have Mr. Cliff Williams, and we're going to have you come up here to this microphone right here.
Mic test.
Thank you for your time. Today I stand for this. Oh, sorry.
This is on me. Special meeting. Hold on. During this time, public comments are welcome. The Open Meetings Act prevents us from responding to speakers regarding items not on the agenda. Comments related to items on the agenda may be discussed during deliberations on that specific agenda item. Please complete the note card and give it to the executive assistant. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. Those needing an interpreter may have up to 6 minutes. Each person has 1 opportunity at the microphone regardless of minutes used. Unused minutes may not be accrued by another speaker. The executive assistant will time the comments and alert the president when time has expired. The board asks that those addressing the board refrain from derogatory comments. I think that's the fastest I've ever read that. Mr. Williams, my apologies. Go right ahead.
That's all right. Thank you. Today I stand for this board of trustees, a grateful person that this group was able to see the good in people by naming Tim Harkrider as your new superintendent. For 12 years, I've seen this individual who is a driven, passionate, and wants and strives to be the best at all he does. In July, it'd be 11 years he has served Willis ISD as superintendent, and he walks away for his next challenge, leaving Willis better than he found it. What you're getting in the superintendent is a person that strives to raise salaries for all employees. He strives to make sure that new teachers will have competitive salaries, not only locally, but statewide, and we know the importance of that with Texas A&M right up the road. You have someone that cares about the taxpayers and how and where their money is spent. One of the most impressive accomplishments that we've had as Willis ISD was building our new CTE center. This summer, we just got the report last week, we had over 420 IBCs completed and some more to finish this summer. And that comes from a school district of 8,500 kids. You have someone that will represent the district in all parts of the district in all parts of it at civic events, school events, and statewide at other events in the highest manner possible. The thing I'll miss the most is you're getting one of the best recruiters I've ever seen in my life, because he will bring people here that will follow him to the ends of earth and will make what's best for College Station ISD on all fronts. Willis ISD has grown almost 2,500 students during his tenure, and he took it in stride, never flinched, and his impact will be felt for years to come. Not many times do you see a school board member come and address the school board when your superintendent moves to a district, but I know the work the 7 of you put in. It's hard, it's long nights. Sometimes you question whether it's worth being on the school board. Your families hate you at times because you're like, I've got another board member. You get tired of the meals that you have up here because you want to be at home with your families. I know it's tough, I've been through it. College Station, the College Station ISD community and parents should be grateful for all of y'all because y'all have just received a true gift. College Station's gain is definitely Willis's loss, but I'm glad to see Dr. Harkrider will be leading a school district where my nieces will attend school and my family's tax dollars will be looked at as if they're his own. Finally, I believe God always has a plan, and in this case, he has a huge sense of humor. 11 years ago, he was hired by a bunch of Aggies, and I think it's only fitting that he's going to finish here in Aggie land with him being a Longhorn. So I truly appreciate this board. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for this community. Y'all are getting a great person that I promise will knock it out of the park, and y'all just hit a true home run. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. That'll bring us to item D, executive session, and I get to say it. If y'all want to wait around, we'll be back, but y'all usually don't, so I hope to see you when we get back. All right, that brings us to item E1, consideration, discussion, and possible action related to the stipends for special education positions in the 2023-24 school year. Dr. Perry, lead us off on this.
Thank you, Mr. Horak. As you all know, we have had much conversation over the last several years regarding growth in the area of special education. As a result, we've had continued conversations as a cabinet, and this afternoon, Ms. Strauss is going to share some information regarding program growth and a proposal to improve our retention and recruitment of staff in this particular area.
Thank you, Dr. Perry, Mr. Horak, members of the board. So we normally talk about stipends with our compensation package that will come to you later, but in this particular instance, as Dr. Perry described, we felt like it's important to bring this piece of the stipends earlier to help us in our recruiting. I'll share just a little bit of information for you. So in the past 5 years, special education has grown. This is based on snapshot data from 1,493 students in special education to 2,134. So a 6.4%, a 43% increase, while our overall enrollment has increased by 6.4%. Now, the other thing to note is this is as a snapshot, so the end of October of every fall. But since then, we've added another 227 students to special education for a total of 2,361 as of the end of the school year. When you look at special education enrollment as compared to the total student population, you can see College Station's percentage is in red, while the state is in blue. So we are exceeding the state's percentage of special ed to total enrollment. In 2022, we're at 14.8. We do not have the state data yet, but we'll make sure and fill you in on that as soon as it's received. But some things to note, special education program is grown both locally and state, at the state levels. And as a result, there's been significant shortages for staffing in the areas of special ed. And in order to recruit and retain highly qualified staff here, districts across the state, including those in our surrounding areas, have become increasingly competitive, particularly in the way of stipends. College Station ISD has provided stipends for areas of hard to fill in the past for the specialists such as educational diagnosticians, school psychologists, speech pathologists, and ARD facilitators. But in the last couple of years, teaching vacancies have been increasingly difficult to fill. So we've looked at what some of the districts around the state are doing, as well as our surrounding districts, and kind of bringing forth a recommendation at this point for the 23-24 school year. And that is looking at their special program teachers, that be Life, Castle, AB, those types. Currently, we do not stipend these positions. So we're looking at a $4,000 annual stipend for those teachers. Estimated the cost here is $220,000. Other special ed teachers, resource and co-teach, again, nothing currently, but $1,500 for a total cost of $112,500. In addition to stipends, with the compensation package that will come forth in future months, we're also considering bringing forth a pay grade change for our paraprofessionals. All special ed instructional aides are currently in what we call a pay grade 2. So we're looking at increasing that pay grade to a 3 for the special program IAs, but we'll bring forth that later. But factoring that in as well, the estimated cost is a little over $500,000 is what we're estimating. Just looking at all of our special ed stipends, you can see those listed. I won't call them all out to you, but the last two are the new ones that we're asking for you today to approve so that we can begin our recruiting and retain staff in this particular area. So with that, I'll entertain any questions you might have.
Anyone have any questions?
I do, just so that we all understand, can you, because you keep using the word stipend, can you explain a stipend?
Sure.
For me, please.
So there's a base salary that all our teachers get, and you have a teacher salary schedule. It's based on that. This is an additional amount that supplements that base salary, and it is for particular duties or hard to fill or licensed type employees that would be above and beyond that base teacher pay based on years of service. These do not change with years of service. They're a flat amount.
Okay. Thank you.
I move to approve as presented.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Hall, second by Mr. Decker. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you.
That will bring us to item 2, consideration, discussion, and possible action related to issuance of new administrative contracts. Dr. Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Horak. This afternoon, we have 5 administrative contracts for recommendation. All of those are for assistant principal positions, and a few of them have been able to join us this afternoon. So I'll review each of those and then invite those who are able to be here to wave and say hello to you all. First up, we have 2 high school assistant principal positions. As you may recall, we did add an additional assistant principal at both College Station High School and A&M Consolidated High School due to enrollment growth. The first position for your consideration is assistant principal at A&M Consolidated High School, and we are recommending Mr. Craig Velez for that position. He would join us from Everman ISD, where he's currently an assistant principal. Prior to that, he taught for a number of years at the high school level, as well as serving in the U.S. Army. The next position would be College Station High School Assistant Principal. We are recommending Dr. Kelly Mailer for that position. She would be coming to us from Highland Park ISD, where she has served as Assistant Principal for the last several years and also holds administrative experience as a principal of a private school as well as Assistant Principal of a large comprehensive high school in Richardson ISD. The third candidate for your consideration is at College Station Middle School, and we are recommending Ms. Joy Williams, who is currently the math interventionist at River Bend Elementary. Prior to that, Ms. Williams was also in College Station ISD at Greens Prairie Elementary as a teacher. The next candidate for consideration is Ms. Allison Stone at Welborn Middle School. Ms. Stone is currently an instructional coach at Greens Prairie Elementary, where she has been for the last 3 years. And prior to that, she served as a literacy interventionist at Creekview Elementary. And last but certainly not least, we have a new vacancy created also for improving our staff-to-student ratio with assistant principals. This position would split at Oakwood Intermediate and Pecan Trail Intermediate. And we are recommending Ms. Beth Creel for that position. Currently, Ms. Creel is our theater arts director at College Station High School, and where she also serves as the chair of the Fine Arts Department. And with that, we would recommend your consideration and approval for the 5 assistant principals as recommended.
I'd move to accept the recommendations as presented.
Second.
Second.
Ooh, that was close. I'm going to give it to Dr. Payne. He was louder. Sorry. We have a motion by Mr. Ben, a second by Dr. Payne. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Congratulations, everyone. Who's here?
So I believe Ms. Stone and Ms. Creel have both been able to join us today. So if you all would stand up. Ms. Stone and Ms. Creel. Thank you, ladies.
Wonderful. That brings us to item E3, consideration, discussion, and possible action related to naming a superintendent of schools loan finalist. Well, is there any discussion that we need to have on this?
We've had a lot of discussion.
All right. Well,
A motion to approve, to recommend Dr. Tim Harkrider as our loan finalist for CSISD superintendent.
Second.
we have a motion by Dr. Payne, a second by Mr. Hall. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. I believe Dr. Harkrider and his family are here, so we wanted to say hello to him and thank you for being here. That will bring us to item F. That'll bring us to item F, adjournment. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it.